guest. She's a sociologist who teaches at the University of Pennsylvania, and she just returned from a trip to China, which we've been discussing. Now, you're studying the healthcare system and various psychological and physical disorders, and one of the diseases you've been focusing on is anorexia.
Right.
And yesterday at this time, I was talking to Gene Strauss, who wrote a biography of Alice James.
Oh, yeah.
And Alice James in the 19th century was diagnosed as having as being an hysteric or a neurasthenic, and she spent a lot to kind of fulfill the same escape function that hysteria might have in the 19th century. What do you think of that?
I think that's a possibility. I'd have to sort it out a lot. I think right off the top of my head, my first response would be, well, partly I think the disappearance of hysteria is due to the fact that the trap doesn't exist that used to exist. And at least Carol Smith Rosenberg's work on hysteria indicates that hysteria was the only escape out for upper middle class women who were too bright to be nothing but child bearers and housekeepers. Whereas the 20th century now provides those women with legitimate other roles. I mean, you don't have to become a hysteric. You can go back to school, you can get a job, you can travel, you can engage in self-help programs of one sort or another. So I see it more similarly in category to a compulsion than to a hysteria. Because as well as this whole thing about food, they have incredible compulsions about talking about food, looking at pictures of food, concern with weight, self-measurement, getting a little bit smaller every day, 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 getting a little bit smaller every day.
Check the mirror, check the scale.
Lunch was 204.
300, 200,
So dinner is 196. 150, 60, 60.
I tried to stop, but I couldn't. It had control over me. I didn't have control over it.
Never over. Never over.
Look around with the chairs.
Check the mirror, check the scale. 300, 200,
Who you would imagine being there.
88, the scale. 200, 200, 1 scale.
Oatmeal isn't oatmeal.
Toast,
They're just 150, 60, 60, 150, 60, 60. Please do me a favor right now, and please just hold the butter. Because 60, 60 is 120 plus 102 is just too many. I guess I'll want a rice cake, because 35 is fine. Suck it up, fatty. You're still hungry? Suck it up, fatty. Chew your gum. Do your Pilates.
Suck it up, fatty.
100. Lunch was 204.
Suck it up, fatty.
So dinner is 196.
Suck it up, fatty.
Gotta shape up. Gotta keep up. If I were brave, I'd throw it up, because food is bad and thin is good. If I could stop, I don't think I would.
I tried to stop, but I couldn't. It had control over me. I didn't have control over it.
Check the mirror, check the scale.
Nothing tastes like skinny feels. Tiny meals. Like tiny meals. Tiny meals. Tiny meals.
Skinny steals your family, friends, your heart, your soul, your mind, just focused on the goal. Your time, your dreams, fertility, anorexic, no enough, me, 100 pounds, not small enough. Don't think you can do it rough.
701, get the knife. You consume your numbers. She consumes your life.
153.
300, 200, 200.
153.
Never over. Never over.
153 pounds at the age of 12. 153 times I checked my body this week. 153 calories in this bar I'm trying to convince myself is real food. 153 cellulite dimples. 153 times I've repeated the things I ate today in order of consumption. 153 days trying to convince myself it's not my fault. 153 hours of obsessing that I'll never get back.
I tried to stop, but I couldn't. It had control over me. I didn't have control over it. Girls today are not using the medical actuarial notion of thin, fat, and normal whatsoever. That there's a separate standard that's basically based on Twiggy, rock singers, and other people. For instance, the one woman in the sample that comes to mind, 6 feet tall, 105 pounds, considers herself overweight.
Start with pinching thighs, 'cause you know that skinnier is easier on the eyes. Stomach rumbles, you skip a meal, 'cause you know that nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. But don't worry, it'll be alright. And I don't need you to tell me wrong from right. I don't need you, don't need you. I don't need you. Give away a sandwich of chips, because a minute on the lips is a lifetime on the hips. Eat one damn thing and hurl, because you know boys don't like fat girls. But don't worry, I'll be alright. I don't need you to tell me if I'm right. I don't need you, don't need you. I don't need you. Sticks and stones, they break my bones, but your words made me bleed even more than I thought I could. I know it's not the
It's like foot binding. For centuries, women have been expected to subject themselves to self-destructive forms of behavior to conform to somebody else's idea of what beauty is. And if it hampers you so that you can't walk without being carried by 2 other people, too bad. And what we're saying essentially in this country is, if it's maybe going to kill you, too bad. We're going to encourage you to keep on doing it. We're going to reward you for doing it. We're going to let you go ahead and do it, because it's in conformity with feminine behavior patterns.
It must be frustrating for you as a feminist who's studying this to find that in a period after the flowering of the feminist movement, that women who are coming of age are more than ever obsessed with this really exaggerated notion of what beauty is, or what the perfectly formed body is.
I think that the ideology has gained strength in the past few years, because it's not only in the idea of fashion and beauty that the ideology prevails now, but also in the area of health and morality in a funny kind of way. We, in the model supporting our theory of we've done is look at what Daryl Bem, who's a psychologist, calls a non-conscious ideology. And Bem essentially expressed the idea about 10 years ago that if an idea is expressed by most of the authoritative systems in a society, and if no important authority voices the opposite opinion, then individuals don't even have a chance to entertain ideas which contradict this ideology, because they're never exposed to them. And he refers to that as a non-conscious ideology. Well, what one could demonstrate quite easily, I believe, is that there's a non-conscious ideology of weight loss and thinness in this society, that religiously it's seen as moderate, being in moderation or aesthetic or pure, that even Freud's work contributes to this idea. After all, someone who's overweight must be an oral personality type of some sort. That beauty, we almost don't even have to talk about. That goes without saying if we look at the magazines or television or what have you. And then you add to that the health movement, which you talked about earlier, of, exercise, no cholesterol, getting down, really down there, running a lot. those three things really conspire to form a very powerful ideology that thinness is absolutely a crucial dimension of life. Now, I want to stress, especially with all these people listening, that does not mean that we want to make people be fat again. But what we don't hear anything about in the press is normal weight. What we don't see written up in medical journals is normal weight. We see articles on thinness and fatness.
150.
But we do not see anything on normal weight. And in fact, the three articles...
What is this prison you built? When did you decide abuse was what she needed, more than nourishment? Have you forgotten who's housed you when you were broken? She's brought you this far and asked for what? Only enough to carry you further. And sometimes you agreed, with reluctance, to give her something solid and wholesome. And she thrived, provided you with strength you seemed to have misplaced. Too often, though, you confuse strength with speed, forced chemicals inside. Counting on these compounds to release endorphins you didn't earn, coupled with simulated efficiency and an unequal heartbeat. And in the evening, when her legs turned restless, she felt as though she had plunged headfirst into hopelessness, obscured by a little blue pill, promising to make her feel new again. And in the morning, you acknowledged her shrinking thighs and sunken face, grimaced at her in the mirror, and told her you can do better. And every day was the same. These pangs of hunger, pressing for your approval, wavering on the line between commitment and mania.
All-consuming obsessions for me. I took up smoking in college because I was drunk, and I didn't quit for fear of gaining weight.
Until one day, after 9 days, or 4 weeks, or 7 months, however long it was that time, you decided she'd had enough.
I was in a psychiatrist that I had ADD and gave me the Valium prescription. I still can get it long if I want. I continued all throughout college, taking Ritalin to make myself not hungry.
The cradle in which you cried.
And non-social. In high school, at the least again, I was really addicted. I took so much Ritalin each day, ran out of my prescriptions.
And it took her a while to go back to you.
I was in my skin getting so tired.
For too long, she didn't let you feel the soft curve or her waist met her belly. She rejected your old favorites and educated you on how to please her now. You give her what she wants now, because she deserves it, and she expects it. But the times you fed her chemicals, she will never forget. Because now, there are times when she longs for those instead.
I watched you struggle to walk up a flight of stairs. 60 years, prematurely. I pulled out the mattress for you from the couch. I even propped your head up on a second pillow when you asked.
So she may start to go bald.
I stood by you.
She'll stop
while you blended your
menstruating.
smoothie.
Her endocrine system can
How
get
much
very
protein
screwed up.
powder am I
Her
supposed to
kidneys
use?
can fail her. Her legs can
I
swell up.
watched
She
you
can
pull
even
out
start growing
and
some
put back
fur
the
on the
frozen
back
fruit
of
a
her
dozen
back.
times.
And
But
worst of all, her
how many
perception fails her.
calories?
You didn't like that I moved
I
so
tried to
much.
play your game. I counted the
It meant
calories
you had to
as if
keep
I
up.
gave 2 shits. I was patient. I tried to have a normal conversation to please you.
You couldn't stand the silence for
After we went to the beach, you took an extra 5 minutes to walk back to the car. We waited in the car, talking about you. I don't understand. I opened your drawers. I went to the health food store to buy expensive protein shakes that they feed people through tubes, people who can't eat. I laid a blanket down in the sun for us, and I pretended you were there. That you were there, but you weren't. I couldn't even feel your energy in the air around me or from the sun that beat on my face. Your body sat next to me on the blanket. Just your body, though. It took you extra effort
I tried to
sit
play
up
your
before
game.
lay down.
I counted the calories
You
as if
didn't
I
like
gave
that
two
I moved so
shits.
much. It meant you had to
I was
keep up.
patient.
You couldn't stand the silence for long, and I couldn't stand talking. Not unless it were going to change things. Not unless it was going to dive in through muck and guts and shit and
Or
pull
from
you
the
back
sun
out.
that beat on my face.
I watched you eat your first bites of real
body
food and
sat
watched you
next to my
struggle.
blanket.
I watched you believe you were choking because
Just
you
your
forgot
body.
what food felt like running down your throat.
Just your body, though.
I'm watching you pave the way to your funeral, and I'm too late. I couldn't help you.
Where'd you go?
I failed as a friend. I let you down.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
We picked out the song for each other's funeral when we were young. I don't want to play it.
I logically know it doesn't make sense, but it's been obsessive habit for 11 years that I do it without thinking, because I'm terrified of what will happen if I don't check. Only recently have I started being conscious of the checking and trying my hardest to look in the mirror after I eat.
I've heard there's a better place somewhere down the highway, but my body lies in the way. Oh, my body lies in the way. I've heard I have windows. Today's gonna be a nice one, but my mirror stands in the way. Oh, my mirror's on every page. And I agree that I should find a victory that wants me to live. Oh, I agree that I should be happy without counting how many rims I can see today. I shouldn't wanna fade away, but I can't stop getting in my way, in my way. Numbers are in all my dreams, good ones and the bad ones. 88, 153. I wake to my skin saying it can't hold me. I know that I'm 23. This body's not a defeat, but sometimes I wish for 16. Sometimes I only wanna be. Oh, to me to weigh on him. Just watch me. I will be happy if I count 1, 2, 3 ribs I can see today. I'm just gonna fade away. Oh, there I go, getting in my way, in my way.
A small layer of soft white hairs grew all over my body. Keep me warm, I suppose. Keep me warm, I suppose.
I've heard there's a better place somewhere down the highway.
I want to thank you a lot for talking with us about some of the work that you're doing. Thanks
It's
for being
been fun.
And Buff has been my guest, and she's been for several years now studying the psychological and
You ever look at an ad for
social
fitter, trimmer
causes of
tummies
some
and
diseases
wonder
and
if
also
your
the
mother hated
psychological
you?
effects
Stretch
that
marks
diseases
stretching
have
for inches,
on
miles,
people
and
suffering.
hurt. Thanks, Mama.
Teaches at the University
It's a
of
gift that you
Pennsylvania.
continue carrying me in spite of what I've done to
Next
you.
winter she'll be leaving for
When I'm out, I won't think about what you look like. I'll just love you. The one that feeds me, nourishing me so I can grow bigger and healthier. Once I grow big and healthy, I'll learn that big and healthy is only for small babies. Not for mamas, not for daughters. Us sons, we can grow big and strong, but no one wants to be too big. What about healthy? Healthy has a size limit here. Healthy is for babies because babies aren't concerned with being wanted. Now we adults, we want to be wanted. Health is secondary. Mama knows her baby will want her. Her body will fight to be healthy. Then, healthy baby. Now what, Mama? You ever look at an ad for fitter, trimmer tummies and wonder if your mother hated you? Lose the baby weight, kick the fat, reclaim your body. Mama, you don't have to do that. I love you how you are. That's not enough. Playtime becomes gym time. The nanny will keep me company, I guess, while you're in Pilates. Dad doesn't come home as early as he used to either. I wonder why. Are you at the gym because you wonder why too? Or did I make you unhealthy? Were you not healthy before? Did you forget that I want you? I need you, just how you are, until of course I too need to be wanted. Then it'll be my responsibility to get healthy. Following your lead, I learned that's the way to get and stay loved. Look healthy, be loved. That's what we all want, that's all we all tell each other. Hey Ma, we'll talk later after I finish up at the gym. And with my Instagram post, #BetterBodyBetterMe.
For years, man suffered for that single fight, and I folded
And after
the
this text,
refused to take another.
and my profile picture update.
Years after women ate and ceased to eat, one
Sorry, I forgot to call.
bread, one sip of wine, and paradise appeared again.
I've been busy.
And who am I to deny this peace?